got to keep your eyes peeled, haven't you? I mean, God. I want to make it like more obvious. Progress with the people. Power. Hello. Well, it's a beautiful day. America's got a hurricane. We've got beautiful sunshine, blue skies, and I'm down in, well, the post-industrial waste ground known as the XL Centre. Bunting celebration, maybe? Not quite. Police are all looking really happy today. I don't really know why. Maybe they're not going to have a tough day. So there's a protest up here. Well, not really a protest. There's a thing called the Festival of Resistance against the annual arms fair that's happening at the XL Centre over the next few days. Defence and Security Equipment International is the name of the arms fair. And on September the 11th, this coming Monday, they have a thing called Day Zero, which is before all the sales start. They get to brief everybody, a strategic briefing. They're going to have lots of people in suits hearing about the dangers of the world to encourage them to buy. Protesters have actually been here for a few days now. Police have actually been arresting little old ladies, you know, the hardcore anti-war people. They've been doing it for quite some time, a lot of them actually since the 1960s. And yeah, they're living here. Although, because the world is so-called dividing itself down ideological lines left and right, there is a bit of a funny mixture here, it has to be said. A couple of police officers up on the bridge. Some protesters the other day were hanging themselves off the bridge. It's quite hilarious, actually. This is where the equipment trucks were coming in as well. They were doing a thing similar to like the Balcom or the fracking protests, where they were trying to stop the trucks from coming in. Which is why this is beautifully and photogenically lined up with yellow jacketed people, and some of them looking more serious than others. With like tape. I don't know what that's for. For taking prisoners, kidnapping people, I guess. Not too many people here just yet. Just like a lot of these things, I've turned up like super early. A little skirmish. This sort of protest, I mean, if you've been watching my films for a while, maybe you know that I don't really agree with protesting, like especially going to Parliament, shouting at generally an empty building on a Saturday afternoon. It's a complete waste of effort, if you ask me. But the problem, I mean, I came to DSEI quite a few years ago, 4 years ago or something, and it was basically all of those guys. I mean, plus Occupy, but you know, let's not get into Occupy. But yeah, they've got a safe space up there, and the safe space says things like, if you identify as a man and you see other men being too masculine or something, I can't remember what it said, make sure you shut them up. And the whole gender equality thing, I mean, there's a place for protesting for gender equality and LGBT rights or whatever. Resistance against an arms fair, what's that got to do with LGBT? I really don't know. Tell me. I personally think nothing at all, and can only dilute the message. What's up?
Video, and I don't want to appear in your video at all.
It's a time lapse, so it's very, very unlikely you're going to be appearing. Plus, this is a public road, so I can film whatever I like.
Yeah,
I respect your view. If you even did appear, it would be for a split-second frame.
Even that split second of frame, I don't want to be in there. And I just spoken to them, and they said that I've got the right to.
Okay, well, let's go and talk to the police, and they'll tell you. Always very interesting. Can you just let these people know that I'm allowed to film whatever I like? They're saying that I'm not allowed to film them.
You can film like public places now, but you shouldn't be filming people's faces.
I wasn't filming people's faces. I'm filming my own face now.
Yeah.
I was doing a time lapse coming across there, so I'm just letting them know.
I'm just saying that
They're persisting, and I'm just letting them know that I'm allowed to film whatever I like. That's why CCTV exists all over the place. There is no implicit right to privacy when you're in the public sphere.
You shouldn't stick a camera in someone's face.
I did not stick a camera in anyone's face. I'm always very respectful.
That's
Look,
what I'm saying.
I'm not looking at them now. I'm not trying to put them in my camera now. I'm looking at myself and looking at you. Because you're allowed to be filmed as well.
How can I check that?
Well, you're going to say the same if a police officer turns on his Axon streaming camera. You're going to say, I don't want to appear on that. It's exactly the same law. Are we talking about the law here? We're not getting anywhere. What would you like me to do? Remove the footage? Delete the footage? Is that what you'd like me to do?
As soon as I'm not,
This is dumb. I film literally everywhere throughout the town. If everybody stopped and said, I don't want to be filmed, do you really think, do you go up to the BBC when you accidentally walk in the back of a shot? Do you say, I don't want you to be using that film? It's the way the law works. Don't argue with me, argue with the judge. Nothing to do with me. I'm behaving in a lawful manner. Actually, what you're doing is trying to infringe on my rights right now. So if you don't want to be appearing in film, you shouldn't go into anywhere where people have cameras, Plus, they're filming in CCTV all over the place, so we need to get over it. I would prefer not to be filmed by CCTV, but unfortunately, we have no control over it. In this country, the laws are very explicit about filming in the public.
But he did have it. Well, I saw he did have it down at his sort of waist height, and he was filming across.
yeah, because when he was coming up, it was literally straight on my face. So
I wasn't. Well,
It was down at.
I started all the way down there. I was filming a time lapse.
I did realise.
I'm not pointing at anybody's face at all. I was documenting my movements. I was documenting my movements. Okay, that's fine. Sorry. I just wanted to read you something from the DSEI website, where they promote to obviously the business community how amazing it is for them to come here and buy. This is from Harriet Baldwin MP, who's the Minister of Defence Procurement. And of course, whenever a thing like this happens and they're involved with dodgy countries buying dodgy things, you need a dodgy MP to do it. So Harriet Baldwin, well, you couldn't say that she was dodgy, but certainly she worked for the city. JP Morgan is essentially who she worked for in her early career. And this is a police coming over to me now. You're right. No, that's fine. What's up?
Just out of interest, sir.
Yeah. I'm a blogger on YouTube, so I'm documenting what here. I'm not a protester. I have no interest in protesting. I don't agree with protesting. Why do you ask?
Because I want to check the videos out later, see if I was
Why?
on it.
What do you mean?
See if I'm famous.
Just to show you the gang of police officers that just came over to me. Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ. And look, here's my long wire. She says, DSEI is a landmark event presenting to the world the excellence of the UK defence and security businesses. We expect to welcome high-level international delegations to take part in meetings with our strategic partners. What does that mean? For us in government, it is hugely important, an important showcase, a stage for diplomacy, not designated by the Parliament, however, a platform for international engagement, again, not designated by the Parliament. We are really looking forward to DSEI in September 2017, so that we can do something parading as kind of democratic business. I'm not quoting anymore. And wow, it just reminds me of the Bilderberg Group. I've got a soft spot for the hippie anti-war people, although they are being infiltrated essentially by all of the other groups, and it's kind of spoiling their potency. Not that they really have any power to stop any wars or anything. That's just fantasy. I've just realised Connaught, of course, the Duke of Connaught, the Connaught Rooms in central London, behind the Grand Mother Lodge. Doesn't matter where you go, really. I mean, God, their symbols are literally everywhere, even if it's just randomly naming a hotel. In terms of affecting people's minds, I wanted to try and communicate something. If you've been following the news, you may or may not be convinced that some kind of war is going to happen with North Korea. I mean, it's quite convincing, isn't it? But my brain, as soon as they say there's going to be war with North Korea and normal people are going, oh God, have you heard about the possibility of nuclear war with North Korea? It makes me think, there's some kind of military exercise going on to control people's minds. And it makes sense, doesn't it? We've got the world's most important arms fair going on, and just leading up to that, Theresa May visited Japan. What happened? Just before Theresa May turns up, a missile from North Korea goes over Japan. I wonder what Theresa May was saying. You know, maybe they need to buy more defensive equipment, possibly. If you really think that war is possible with North Korea, it's actually going to happen, you're scared about like nuclear bombs in North Korea, that's all part of the plan, isn't it? You have to believe it. In fact, and the people who are attending the arms fair on behalf of various other countries, I mean, it has to be believable that war is possible with North Korea. Otherwise, they wouldn't sell any arms. So the fact that the scaremongering is going on at the same time as the big weapons fair is going on tells me there isn't going to be a war with North Korea. That does not, saying things like that does not make a popular YouTube video, however. I'm sort of just on a standoff now. That truck is not going anywhere. And in case you don't know much about meteorology, that means it's about to bucket it down with rain. That's a storm front. So I think I'm done here. And that was the day at the arms fair.